So we're going to determine in this warm-up if the following are arithmetic, geometric, and then list the next three terms. So in looking at this, I mean, I can just, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 2 is not 8. So I'm thinking it's geometric, and we can test this out by doing 32 divided by 16 is 2. Then we've got 16 divided by, 8 is 2. And then we've got 8 divided by 4 is 2. And then 4 divided by 2 is also 2. So this is going to be geometric. But then it says list the next three terms. So what I'm going to do, instead of dividing, I'm just going to multiply by 2. So 32 times 2 is 64. 64 times 2 is 128. And 128 times 2 is 256. All right, number 2. Let's see, it said, in the directions from the note 71 said to subtract the new from the old. Basically, what you can do here is, you see that I've subtracted 3. You can subtract 3 each time. Instead of going 26 minus 29, I mean, you could do that. 26 minus 29, you get negative 3. 29 minus 32, you get negative 3. You could also start from 35 and go minus 3, 32 minus 3, 29 minus 3, and so forth. It's just completely up to you. And then 32 minus 35 is equal to negative 3. So I can see that this is going to be arithmetic. So to get the next three numbers, I'm actually going to subtract 3 from 26. So that will give me 23 minus 3, which would be 20. And then the next one would be 17. All right. So let's take a look at number 3. So I'm going to try to 24 minus 18. It's easier for me to add. So if I go 9 plus 5, will that give me 14? And then plus 5 is 19. And then plus 5 is 24. So this one is arithmetic. So then to get my next three terms, I'm just going to add 5 to that. So I get 29, 34, and 39. On number 4, to get to 15 from 3, I would add 12. So I'm not going to do that. So most likely it's going to be geometric. So I'm going to do 375 divided by 75, and that gives me 5. 75 divided by 15, and that is 5. And then 15 divided by 3, and that also gives me 5. So it is geometric. So all I might have to do is multiply 375 by 5, and I get 1875. And then that times 5 gives me 9375. And then that times 5 gives me 46,875. All right, so that's just a little review on arithmetic and geometric. Let's take a look at problem 5. And it says the graph below shows the decrease in the value of a personal, excuse me. All right, let's try this again. So on number 5, it says, these are EOC practice problems. The graph below shows the decrease in the value of a personal computer over time. At what rate was the computer losing value? So I'm just going to kind of go down, and I see that it crosses through there, there, and there. So I'm going to go down 200, 400, and then over 18. So basically, it's 400 divided by 18, 400 divided by 18, and that gives me 22.2 repeating, so which is letter B. Number 6, what is the solution of the system of equations? I think I'm just going to eliminate the y's. Then I guess I could eliminate the x's. It doesn't matter. Either way, because I see what's going to happen. If I multiply this by negative 3, so I'm using the elimination method, that's going to give me negative 12x plus 21y equals 6. And then this one stays the same. So it's 12x minus 21y equals negative 42. So if you can see what happens, both your x's and y's cancel out. So is 0 equal to negative 36? No, this is a false statement. Therefore, there is no solution. Okay. All right, so that was just a review. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to get into now, which is recursive formulas. So using recursive formulas, a recursive formula allows you to find the nth term of a sequence by performing operations on one or more of the terms that precede it. So example, find the first 5 terms of this sequence. So a sub 1 is 5, so that's what we're going to start with. And then a sub n equals negative 2a sub n minus 1 if n is greater than or equal to 1. All that n minus 1 means is just your previous one. So that's all you're going to do is just go from there. So for your first term right here, you always put what a sub n is, you start with. And then all you're going to do is take negative 2 and multiply that by your a sub 1, which is 5. So that gives you negative 10. And then the next one, you're going to put negative 10 right there. So negative 2 times negative 10 is 20. And then you're going to put 20. Negative 2 times 20 is negative 40. So the first 4 terms are 5, negative 10, 20, and negative 40. So it's pretty easy, but I know when you're looking at it, it's like, oh my gosh, that's really hard. But it's not. So on this one, our first term is going to be negative 4. So that's where you're going to put that. So 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. And then 3 times negative 12 is negative 36. And then you've got negative 36, or excuse me, 3 times negative 36. And that gives you negative 108. So the first 4 terms are negative 4, negative 12, negative 36, and negative 108. Number 2, your a sub 1 is 5, so that's what we're going to start with. And then you just multiply everything by 2. So it'll be 2 times 5 is 10. Then 2 times 10 is 20. And then 2 times 20 is 40. So your terms are 5, 10, 20, and 40. All right, let's take a look at number 3. So the first term is 8. Now, this one's a little bit different because you don't have a coefficient in front of a other than 1, but you do subtract at the end. So you're just going to go 8 minus 6. Hang on. Is 2. And then 2 minus 6 is negative 4. And then negative 4 minus 6 is negative 10. So your first 4 terms are 8, 2, negative 4, and negative 10. Then over here, you've got negative 32. So this will be your negative 32 plus 13. So that gives you negative 19. Then you're going to put negative 19, parentheses, and then add 13 to it. So that gives you negative 6. And then negative 6 plus 13 gives you 7. So your first 4 terms are negative 32, negative 19, negative 6, and 7. Pretty easy, actually, after you get the swing of it. But like I say, looking at it the first, it looks pretty confusing. All right, hope that was okay.